and it is Saturday, so we might as well just go full throttle. Sorry, I've been having frogs in my throat all day. Okay, so make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. We're on a Prophecy 597. Now we're gonna get into it. So this clip and or video is from Seconds of Horror. You guys might have heard of him. He's a YouTuber, and I don't know. I've seen clips of some of this stuff that he is presenting to us. I've seen it, just recently too. Now, it's neither here nor there to me. I mean, I don't think that this has just start happening. I think people are just crazy. They've been crazy and they're doing things. And yes, mental illness, possession, demons, and all of that things, all of those things included, especially if you believe in God, you believe in the devil, or you should, because sign of the times. And then, like you say, AI and things of that nature, you can't tell now because it's all mixed and convoluted together, right? And that was the powers that be and the demonic. That was the plan all along, so they can usher in the beast system, the demonic things of this nature, possession, demons, and they want us to cultivate and they want us to be together, unity with the evil one. So it's neither here nor there. Conspiracy, allegedly, whatever. What have you guys been seeing strange in the neck of your woods? So I'm gonna watch this with you all, and yeah, I'm just gonna be horrified along with Seconds of Horror as well as you all. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay. Uh-oh, am I even set up? I don't even know if I'm set up. Set up is the best that I'm gonna get set up. Let's get into it. Let me get set up, like I said, right?
What is going on here? In just the span of a couple weeks, people have been caught eating live and raw animals.
Yo, she's eating raw chicken.
Let's see.
Oh, what the?
That's a wing, y'all. She got a wing in her hand.
Is the blue cat over there still here?
Blue cat.
Oh,
Is that good?
what?
Does that taste good?
We see that lady.
It's delicious? Okay.
What she say? She said, yeah.
So somebody sent me that video, and I said to myself, well, maybe that's...
Hold on. I just want to say she looking like a whole nurse out here, a whole surgical technician or somebody in the medical field out here with this scrub suit on, but yet she cray eating on a raw chicken wing. Let's continue.
just somebody who's not mentally well. I mean, they're asking about a blue cat. But then I saw this.
So I'm live right now. This girl, I was just passing and I seen that she was gutting a deer, baby deer, doing something with it. She literally is, I had to call 911.
Is that illegal?
She is singing. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone and
wow.
Gutting and just.
First of all, you guys tell me, is that illegal? Because it's a baby deer, so isn't that technically like a fawn? I don't know. You guys tell me. I'm in California.
Doing all kinds of crazy shit, nitpicking with it, slicing it open, taking pieces out.
Show it.
Isn't this crazy? And I told 911 she may have, medical problems. Yeah. Obviously, she's doing something with it.
She got it laid out, stretched out.
This is what I'm seeing. Why would you pick a baby deer? And she's literally, I don't know, I haven't seen her eat any of it or anything yet. And she's playing with it, putting its eyes back in and doing all kinds of different.
Wow.
This is crazy.
Okay. So there's a second person rolling up on her. Some black people.
It's a deer.
We talk different.
She eating it, bro. Oh, wow.
ain't gonna ask you, man. I'm gonna shut the door, man, for you come by. Then you. Yeah, you heard dude said you.
Now, technically, we don't see her eat it on camera.
Look, they done
and
ran
who
her
knows,
off.
right? Maybe she was, maybe she wasn't. We don't know what she was doing beforehand. But now news has come out that the Milwaukee Police and Health Department are reviewing a photo appearing to show a man eating a live rabbit. He was eating it as he was walking down the sidewalk, and authorities are saying it's possible no crime occurred, that he obtained the rabbit legally, but it's still disturbing nonetheless. Some are saying that
You
this
can
could
eat
lead
animals,
to a
raw
zombie
animals in
apocalypse
public?
or a new pandemic. Others are still saying mental health. You have others that are also saying demonic possession, which is interesting because I saw this clip of a woman
What?
opening
Did
up
you see
raw
that?
chicken at a supermarket.
Now I made a
and
video.
eating it,
Hold on.
That he obtained the rabbit legally, but it's still disturbing nonetheless. Some are saying that this could lead
at
to
that.
a zombie apocalypse or a new pandemic. Others
Now I just put out my video. Make sure you look through the playlist for the videos and look for the video 333. I put that out in 20. Let's continue.
are still saying mental health. You have others that are also saying demonic possession, which is interesting because I saw this clip of a woman opening up raw chicken at a supermarket and eating it, but come to find out that this was a movie back in 2014 called Devil's Due, where a woman becomes possessed and she starts eating raw meat.
75,000 files of children and babies being abused, and he
First of all, have you guys seen have you guys seen the movie Devil's Due? So now I'm going to go search for that movie and I'm going to watch it because I want to know, what does devil do? What is devil do know that we don't know? And is this devil do what we are experiencing a rash of? And what we're watching right now, is this devil's due? Is it? You guys tell me.
says he's not going to stop, and the court lets him walk free, and the reason will enrage you, as will the judge. The man behind me is 82-year-old Louis Rumis, and Louis was found with over 75,000 files of CSAM that included babies as young as 6 months old. Police first raided his home back in April of 2024, seized laptops, phone,
Let me hear that
as
again.
will the judge. The man behind me is 82-year-old Louis Rumis, and Louis was found with over 75,000 files of CSAM that included babies as young as 6 months old.
What is that?
Police first raided his home back in April of 2024, seized laptops, phones, SD cards, hard drives, and other devices so packed with this stuff that officers eventually stopped counting. Even after that raid, while he was out on bail, he kept downloading more, later telling police that he enjoyed looking at the images, and basically he wasn't going to stop, and he admitted it, not even a guilty plea. This was a sustained, deliberate habit built on the suffering of children whose abuse has been recorded, shared, and replayed for his gratification. At Southampton Crown Court, Judge Nigel Peters, let me show you this guy. This is Judge Nigel Peters, KC, and he gave Rumis an 18-month prison sentence and then fully suspended it, explicitly saying the only reasons for this.
Well, just by the attire and the appearance, he definitely looks like he is in some type of brotherhood or something like that. It reminds me of like Adam Weishaupt, 1776, the Illuminati. It reminds me of the fraternity, the sorority. Let's continue. That probably went over some of you guys' heads.
Suspension or his age and his guilty plea. Oh, and a fun fact here about Judge Nigel Peters, KC, he once told a 13-year-old girl that she was the predatory one after being the victim of a child abuser. Yes, really. So for tens of thousands of images of children and babies being abused, and the consequences, go home, do some rehabilitation days, and hope that you don't reoffend. At 82, even though he says that he's not going to stop. And all of this is because he's, quote unquote, too old for prison.
That video came from Just in the Nick of Crime, and something's telling me it has nothing to do, of course, with the man's age or him pleading guilty, but who he and the judge are connected to. I bet if you go deep down the rabbit hole when it comes to this judge, you will find, I bet he's linked to some free peoples. Freemasons, probably the Royal Order of the Jesters, because this is screaming this goes higher up the food chain.
Yeah.
Yo, the real estate market is not down.
Hold on for that. All right, let's get this commercial out of the way and let's continue. So let's scan through that. You guys tap on in. I don't see not one person, but let's continue.
As I do, you need to watch this video because that is so real, and it's insane. So this is a video. It's about the woman who walked into the water with the 2 dead fish. But just watch this. It's crazy.
Y'all, as soon as I seen the video of the woman holding the 2 fish walking into the water, the first thing that came to my mind was Yemaya. There was a Y'all, as soon as I seen the video of the woman holding the 2 fish walking into the water, the first thing that came to my mind was Yemaya. In addition to she turns around, she's
I guess he showed us.
Y'all, as soon as I seen the video of the woman holding the 2 fish walking into the water, the first thing that came to my mind was, y'all, as soon as I seen the video of the woman holding the 2 fish walking into the water, the first thing that came to my mind was Yemaya. In addition,
Hold on. Let me say
the
something. Hold on. How do I make this big again? Okay. Well, anyway. You saw what he was showing us. He was showing us the same story spoken by several different people. So is that AI generating some kind of like psyop or like a facade or like, like some type of trickery or sorcery? Like, is this AI behind this, or who is promoting this? This marine kingdom right there, because they're talking about, deities and all of that nature, but it's the marine kingdom. So who is promoting this? Is it AI with their demonic games? Is it somebody working demonically with AI, or what is it? You guys tell me. Let's continue. But I see what he's doing, though.
Video of the woman holding the 2 fish walking into the water. The first thing that... There was a video? The woman... So there's currently a video that's going viral,
This is only going to get worse and worse and worse. I remember these bots were just posting things, but now there are faces behind entire videos, and you don't know who is real and who's not. That video came from Real Ben.
On March 11th of 2026, a father living in Florida would call the police on his ex-wife.
Florida crazy.
And this would not be the first time he had reported her for harassment. You see, he had already moved on and found a new partner. However, he still shared custody of his kids with his ex-wife. And he explains to the officer that the harassment had been getting worse, and that the night prior, he had received over 17 calls and 9 voicemails around 2 a.m. in the morning. These were all from his ex-wife, and they were not only deeply disturbing to him, but to the officer as well.
You heard one of yourself and help.
Yeah.
Right?
So 144 was when she started leaving voicemails?
This will, I believe, have been, yes, that's the first voicemail. These previous 2 did not.
Okay.
47.
You were with her for many years. You're positive that is her voice?
Yes.
Okay.
You can see as the officer documents these voicemails for her body cam, that even she is surprised that these are completely unaltered in any way. But perhaps the most disturbing part is that they only seem to get worse as he continues to play them.
I hope she gets some help from this. I hope that this leads to a good resolution, because it's my kids. This is their mom. It's scary.
Yeah. We plead the blood of Jesus over ourselves watching
It's
this.
150.
We plead the blood of Jesus.
152. This is 154.
It's very disturbing.
And that will have been the last voicemail.
After checking her phone, the police noticed that she had deleted communications between her and her ex-husband from the night before, And based on all available evidence, they arrested her under the Florida statute of stalking.
That video came from Real Horror Talk, and I really hope that type of love never finds me. And I also get it, right? Going back to the first segment, people can suffer from mental health issues, but...
Well, I'm getting spirit spouse because they were married. So, you know, did she have some entities? And now he's breaking up with her. So now he is also breaking up with the entities that dwell inside her. And I don't know why their marriage ended, but there was definitely a conflict of interest, right? So my whole thing is, what did they break up about? Why did they break their union marriage? And could it possibly be a spirit spouse? That is what I'm getting. That was very, very disturbing and demonic. Let's continue. Hold on, guys.
Stalking.
That video came from Real Horror Talk, and I really hope that type of love never finds me. And I also get it, right? Going back to the first segment, people can suffer from mental health issues. But I do also believe that there are people out there that have such a darkness in them, it just can't help but come out, and you get things like this.
Right.
We have an interesting sky sighting coming out of Lincoln, Illinois, captured by a man named DJ. He was outside a gas station when he noticed something particular in the skies, and he claims it to be caused by aliens. Now, these specific type of clouds are coined as UFO clouds, but it looks like something out of a movie, out of a sci-fi movie. Like, think Independence Day, right before the aliens came in and invaded, how those mushroom clouds all of a sudden appeared. It really does look creepy. Take a look at this phenomenon. Comment below. Let us know what you think.
Okay, so hold on, guys. This is a commercial, I believe. I can't really tell from the commercials and what is not here. So let that commercial pass. Here we go. All right, here we go. Well, you guys know what I saw. Yes, a fallen one, and I have the video. Go check it out. Go check it out through my playlist on my videos. They're here. Yeah, they're definitely here. They've been here. Clouds, you know, they play with the weather anyway, so that's not too surprising.
That video came from the paranormal chick, and I was instantly reminded of the movie Nope, but more than likely it has less to do about aliens, and even scarier, it has more to do with them putting things in the skies, cloud seeding and things like that. Like, for example, take a look at this clip I saw off of Matrika's channel.
What even is that?
A chemtrail.
This is unreal.
See the tornado do that.
The bottom of the tornado is swirling around the top part of the tornado. And is that a second and a third funnel right here?
Yeah.
What?
Moving due north.
This tornado has tentacles.
It's coming back down. And there's something going right next to it. Oh. Yeah, it's stretching out. It's moving north.
What?
You know, I've never seen that before either. Don't you all think it's even the slightest bit suspicious how common these rare weather events have become?
So imagine on Christmas Eve night, you get an alert to your phone saying there's movement next to your Christmas tree, and you're thinking, oh, it's my kids sneaking downstairs, and instead it's this. Yeah. That's exactly what happened here, and that's a present that thing's sitting on. The very eerie apparition is sitting on top of their daughter's Barbie house. And if you look close enough, it looks like it has a really wide, big smile. And it looks like it's holding something. Now, as eerie as this could simply be a spirit celebrating Christmas with this family. Maybe it's even holding a gift that it got one year. Or maybe there's some sort of significance to it and Christmas Day. Here it is enhanced, and it almost looks like it's holding a cat. So this didn't catch one, but two spirits. A humanoid apparition and a cat. So even though it looks creepy as fuck, it's also kind of heartwarming. What do you
That video came from Whoa, That's Strange. And the reason why I used her video clip, what I'm looking at here, kind of reminds me of those static entities, those static beings that I spoke about a couple times on this channel, that cryptid. But also, if you look really good, it looks like there's another entity behind it, one made of shadow.
The Department of War just released a brand new UAP file that accidentally makes David Grush's sentient plasmoid comment a whole lot more interesting. So in the file FBI UAP PR004, a witness reported observing a glowing orb. It's not so much the object itself that stands out, although very cool. It's really how they describe the inside of it. So according to the report, the interior looked like a white plasma sun. Now, this is where the timing gets interesting, because just a few days earlier, David Grush stated that the government is aware of what he called sentient plasmoid life. He described a possible biological continuum that could include plasma-based forms of intelligence. Now, I'm not saying these two things are directly connected. I mean, they very well may not be, but you've got one witness in a federal UAP file that independently describes the inside of a unidentified object as plasma, and just days earlier we've got David Grush using the phrase sentient plasmoid life. Different context.
Have you guys heard
Same
of that?
unusual descriptor though. Coincidence?
That great video came from Hallucination Hippies, and let's not forget either that it came out that scientists, plasma scientists, were creating these plasmoids in a lab using something very similar to the Large Hadron Collider. They know exactly what they are, and now for whatever reason, they're releasing them more and more. I've been seeing quite a few of these above my city as well, which is, again, is interesting. My city is one of the two in Florida that has a nuclear plasma power plant. When all those mysterious drones were being seen all over the skies, probably the distraction, another thing people were seeing were these
Got you guys, not me.
Imagine living next to this and having to hear this constant.
Oh yeah, I heard about this
So Hari,
too.
we're at your front door.
Yeah.
And I mean, you look in the distance, and there it is.
There it is. It's right there. And all
It
its
doesn't
glory.
never
There
stop.
it is, the Vantage Data Center, standing tall with its blue walls and massive generators right next to this Sterling, Virginia neighborhood.
What did you think when they first turned it on?
Well, we were told in the beginning that it's just they test the generators to make sure they're working in case of an emergency. That is what we were told in the beginning. And then as the year and the months have gone on,
They just never turned off?
They're just never turned off.
Hari says they told them the generators were just temporary. That was more than a year ago. The massive data center was never hooked up to the power grid, so the generators are the only source of electricity.
You just hear this noise, it's just like, you just want to curse, you know, it's that bad.
Greg Pirio also lives right next door.
Our concern is property values. Unless we can mitigate this, and we're talking about lawyers with options and what we can do and all that, you know, we know that we're not going to get the values for our homes that we could have gotten before.
It's about more than money. It's quality of life.
Wow. So let me pause this commercial and let me make it go past. That's pretty crazy, right? Man, but I heard about that on the news or somewhere just recently, maybe today, as a matter of fact. But have you guys? Let's continue.
It's the window to block the noise, and they have their own sound meters to monitor the noise.
This is a dashboard that some of my neighbors set up.
Virginia is the data center epicenter of the world. There are hundreds of them, consuming more than 25% of the state's power, driving up electric bills.
They can build their own power plants as part of their factory so that no one's prices will go up. And in many cases, prices of electricity will go down for the community and very substantially down.
President Trump's plan to keep the data centers off the power grid is good for keeping electric rates down. And there are positives with data centers.
They gotta go to
They create
court.
jobs when they're built. They create local tax revenue, which helps schools. It can help lower property taxes. And they're pretty much inevitable with the way we use technology these days, arguably becoming essential infrastructure. The neighbors here don't disagree, and they don't hate all data centers, but think they shouldn't be so close to neighborhoods.
Yeah,
What
get
would you
that
say
out
to
of there.
people in
Look
other
at
parts of
that.
the country where
That
they
look
hear all the
crazy.
data centers
considering coming.
Do everything in your power to try to stop it from being built in an area that has any residential properties within, 10 to 15 miles of it.
They always say the upside or the positive is that it brings jobs, but I don't know anybody working for a data center saying they're working for a data center. And if they are, it's probably few and in between, very few jobs for these data centers. These poor people are in a nightmare.
Look at the
Who's
parking
gonna
lot.
buy these homes
It
so
was
they
empty.
can move? I mean, who wants to be right next to one of these massive data centers producing that kind of noise?
It's probably all
I'm not sure if
remote.
you saw this at the World Cup opening event. There's the map of the United States with the sideways
Okay.
letter
Let's
A,
look.
and it was the opening ceremony, a bunch of different musical performances over the weekend. And this, I'm telling you, this is really interesting symbolism. I don't
It looked
listen to mainstream pop music, but there's a guy named Future and then Tyler. I don't even know who they are, but when they start singing and
Yeah,
they're saying
it
there
looks
ain't no
like
stopping
the
it, there
G
ain't no
symbol.
stopping it, you see the letter getting rolled out and
Right.
spread over the United States. And there's all this symbolism with World Cup or Olympics. There's always these weird ceremonies that happen. And I need to show you what is going on here because there's something occult that just means hidden, that there's a lot of hidden symbolism
Yeah.
and ceremony
Secret
and
things.
weird stuff that goes on. Because again, what are the odds of them drawing the letter A like this over the United
Again.
States? It's almost exactly positioned where it needs to be. This was the solar eclipse omen the United States saw from 2017 to 2024. And I've written obviously about this extensively. Let me just show you what we're talking about. If you go back in history to the days of the prophet Jonah, it just so happens that this 7-year eclipse pattern was also present during the Assyrian Empire right here in purple. Ancient Assyria saw the same triple eclipse omen,
Wow.
just like the United States has
Teach
in
me
these
something I
last
don't
days.
know.
As you can see, there's the triple solar eclipse omen. Here's just a chart with the years of mankind. I show you how that all works in the book, but it's amazing that, yes, America has now seen what historically was the sign of Jonah. This is extremely important.
Yeah, 'cause they
for
believe in
walking
the
into
Bible. They
future
know it's
wisely, guys.
true.
Bible Prophecy Secrets. Grab your
Yeah.
copy in the TikTok shop. We are the
Wow.
generation of the end. The top levels of the ruling class understand what's about to happen.
Yeah, they
And
do.
God has shown us a sign, and you need to be able to discern what it's all about in order to walk wisely.
That video came from Abraham
amen.
Ojeda, and the World Cup is just full of symbolism. Just take a look at the very first image they had shown
Yeah.
us during the opening. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
going back to this, the excuse will be these are the initials for Los Angeles because that's where this took place. LA, but
Okay.
any way you look at it, it looks like the L is backwards. And it does
Yeah.
eerily look like the 3 solar eclipses going across the United States 2017, 2023, and 2024, which did indeed form the Aleph and the Tav, the beginning and the end. I'll always find the 2024 solar eclipse to be extremely strange.
The most disturbing part about the Elisa Lam case is not the skepticism about the hotel being haunted or that something had possessed her or that she was being chased by something we can't see. It's the fact that people were literally drinking her. I used to believe all of the theories when the videos first came out, but after watching this documentary about the case, I truly just believe that this was someone suffering from an extreme mental health crisis. And I'm more sad for her than I am scared about the situation, even though the footage of her in the elevator is very eerie. But the most horrific part is that her body had sat so long in that water tank that the people staying at the Cecil were actually consuming her. I never really hear anyone mentioning that aspect of it because everyone is just so focused on what led up to the moment she ended up in the water tank. So the disturbing things about Elisa's case is that, for one, this poor girl climbed into a water tank and was unable to get back out, and it really just stirs something up in me when I imagine what that desperation must have felt like and wonder how long she waited there helplessly before ultimately passing away. And secondly, people who had no involvement in any of this were unknowingly subjected to drinking the same water that she floated in for nearly a month.
That video came from Oddities on Elm Street, and yeah, one of the more disturbing parts of the whole Elisa Lam case is that she was found in a water tank and people were drinking her water. But what's also a crazy coincidence is that around the same time she disappeared, there was an outbreak of TB along Skid Row right next to this hotel. And the test they used to test these people for TB just happened to be called Lam Elisa. Video comes from Rhea Reacts. The audio is kind of poor, but that's my fault. I had to remove the background music, but this still makes you think about Mandela effects.
Okay, I missed that one because I was trying to get me some food. Let's continue. Mandela effects, really not into it. Let's see.
The big joke in this film was that she had braces. So Jules, the man with the metal teeth, smiles at her. She smiles at her, she's got metal teeth. Now she doesn't have braces, that joke's gone. It's going to change. They have technology to change the past.
You remember the scene, but something is missing. In Moonraker, everybody appears to remember the same thing. When she smiles back at Jaws, she's wearing braces, except they're not really there. Same thing. And in Forrest Gump, it's not. Life is like a box of chocolates. It's
Life was like a box of chocolates.
And it's crazy because collectively, everyone remembers what was said. So when they look it up and realise it's been erased almost, so what else do you remember that isn't there anymore?
Now, I myself never seen the movie Moonraker, but it just makes a lot of sense. That would be the punchline. That when the man with the metal teeth is smiling at Dolly, Dolly smiles back with metal braces. Even though the actress has come out and said that she has never wore braces for this scene.
So is that Kanye West? Remember how Kanye West came out with the same silver teeth? Like, it'd be a lot of patterns and signs and symbolism, and I don't know what they're trying to say. Remember Kanye? He was selling them teeth. All right.
It just feels weird. It feels off.
I love creating.
Uh-oh.
I just don't love being on.
Let me go through this commercial. Okay, so how you guys doing today? I don't think that I did the hashtags right, because I don't see nobody. Hopefully when I fix it, you guys will tap back on in. Okay, commercial over.
Is this actually alien ship or one of humanity's biggest cover-ups? Let's check it out. First up, a 12th century manuscript describing a real event from 776 CE. During a siege on a Saxon castle, witnesses saw flaming, shield-like discs hovering in the sky. The objects appeared to start hovering over the top of the church, and terrified the attackers into immediate retreat. Now, historians say it could be meteors, but the descriptions sound awfully like modern UFO battles that we've heard throughout history. What do you think? Coincidence or a cover-up? Now, let's jump to the 19th century Japan. There's an 1825 book retelling the legend of Utsuro Bun, or Hollow Ship. Fishermen found a round metallic vessel washing ashore, with a beautiful woman inside who spoke an unknown language and clutched a strange box. And there were unknown symbols inscribed inside the vessel itself. The woman wore fine clothes, spoke an unknown language, and clutched a plain wooden box she wouldn't let anybody touch. The vessel contained food, water, and decorated interiors, but no oars or sails. Then, unable to communicate with her specifically, the locals eventually put her back in the vessel and pushed her back out to sea, where she vanished off into the horizon. Now let's jump to the 17th century, Transylvania, a church fresco titled, Israel, Put Your Hope in the Lord. It shows a domed saucer-like object hovering over a fiery building. Trailing smoke-like exhausts, local call it a symbol of divine protection, but UFO hunters classic flying saucer. Now, this was found painted in a remote Romanian church. Why include this if this wasn't based on something I witnessed? The mystery deepens. Finally, the late 15th century, St. Jeremiah's Contemplation, from the Urbanate Bible in the Vatican Museum. St. Jeremiah meditates amid mountains and towns, but in the sky, a glowing round object shoots a straight yellow beam like laser down to Earth. Religious visions or captured UFO tech. Now, this Renaissance miniature blends the mystic and the mundane, leaving us to ask, were artists encoding alien sightings for future generations to behold? You let me know down below.
What these ancient people had seen and drawn is just more proof that these things are not aliens, but it's something that has always been here. That video came from the Interstellar Discussion.
It's the Bermuda Triangle, but
yeah, something that's always been there, been here, and things are more believable then than they are now, because now we're being introduced with all of this advanced technology, and it's a disguise, you know. So how do you guys feel? I'll show you guys a few more and then I'll get off of here, okay? So I hope you guys are doing well. scary things or spooky things. People eating meat and raw animals. Let's continue. Let's continue.
Have you heard of the Bennington Triangle? The Bennington Triangle was a phrase coined by American author Joseph A. Citro. Between 1945 and 1950, several people went missing in this area. The area is in the Glastonbury Mountain. I probably said that wrong. Correct me down in the comments, but it would include the towns of Bennington, Woodford, Shaftesbury, and Somerset.
Isn't Atlantis
I do not
down
have
there?
a picture of the first person who went missing, but that was Mitty Rivers, who was 74 when he went missing on November 12th of 1945. Mitty was an avid outdoorsman. He was frequently outdoors and he knew how to carry himself in the wilderness. He was last seen on Vermont Route 9 near Woodruff Rivers. Around 4 p.m. on November 4th of 1945, Mitty was last seen by a friend near the trail he was walking, and then he failed to come home.
I do believe that there is portals in different areas and regions within the world. Like lines, secret lines, electricity. I don't really know what you call it, but I believe that there are, because of the principalities, the rulers, the things, up in high places, they have jurisdiction over the air and, the things on the land and, I just believe all of that stuff. So Bermuda Triangle, we've always heard that in school. I believe too, that it has something to do with the currents and, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. Let's continue. I'm about to get out of here. I'm sleepy. I need to take a nap. How about y'all?
That night. Several searches were done of the area, but nothing was found until the next spring when a hiker found his handkerchief, but he just simply vanished. Paula Weldon would be the next person who went missing, and she disappeared on December 1st of 1946, and she was just 18 years old.
This is Donna.
So let's
She just discovered that.
this. All right, these commercials just popping on up. I have no how you say it. I have no power over these commercials. So let's get it out of here, though. All right.
Sophomore at the Bennington College. She left campus early that afternoon and was going to walk that same trail that Mitty was last seen on. Paula was seen by several people. Several people gave her directions, and she encountered many people. She was seen wearing a red jacket, jeans, and lightweight sneakers, but she was not carrying any camping gear. She did not plan to stay,
So what, she
according to
disappeared
the
or
people
something?
who saw her.
I'm thinking.
But the next day, Paula didn't show up to classes, and so an extensive search followed, and they found nothing. The FBI even became involved, and there was a $5,000 reward for her return, but she just simply vanished. The next person to go missing was a man named James Tedford. He disappeared on December 1st of 1949, so 3 days exactly after Paula went missing. James was a resident of the Vermont Soldiers' Home in Bennington. He had been visiting St. Albans, visiting relatives, and they had accompanied him to the local bus stop and watched him get on. Investigated, but it would take an entire week for to report him ill at the time of his. Jepson would be the next person to go missing, and he went missing on October.
So I'm going to end this video right now. Just got kind of full. I was eating Taco Bell. Okay, that's neither here nor there. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back. I think I need to revise the how do you say it, hashtags, because I don't see nobody that tapped in, but that's okay. You guys will be back. I'll be back as well. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more content like this at Morona Prophecy 597. And happy weekend. Today is Saturday, Sabbath. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.